Hi everyone, my name is Kelly Levere, and today I wanted to talk to you about objections that we get as a Beachbody coach. I have my little sidekick Piper here with me, and she wanted to be in the video, so I hope you don't mind. As a Beachbody coach, honestly, you should be getting objections every single day. If you're getting an objection every day, then you know you're doing something right. It means you're inviting enough people and you're trying to change enough lives. So today, as I'm talking, please remember that there are two really important ways that you can combat objections. Number one is with the person's why, which is why it is so important that you talk to your clients and know them and know what makes them tick and why they want to do what they want to do. And remember that it's always a good idea to combat an objection with a question. And I will get into more of that in just a sec. So if you can guess, there is one objection that is the top, and you could probably guess it's the money objection. People always ask me when I invite them, I say, hey, I'm starting this challenge group. I would love for you to be in it. And they say, oh, well, how much does that cost? It's the first thing out of their mouth. And instead of saying, oh, well, it could be between $140 and $300, whatever, for the ultimate reset, I tell them, well, that's going to depend on you. It's going to depend on what type of workout you like to do and your preferences. So I always take it back to them. I try not to get into the price of a price. I try not to get into the cost until literally the very end after they've kind of decided on a program. So if people are still saying, oh, well, I don't think I can afford $140. That's a lot of money. And to be very honest, it is a lot of money right up front. No. So I say to the people, well, how much do you think you can afford? How much could you afford per day? How much can you afford per week to spend on yourself so that you feel better? And usually it's like, oh, well, I could probably spare about $20 a week on making myself feel better. And I said, okay, well, do you also get your nails done? Do you get your hair done? Do you buy Starbucks coffee? And I talked to them about that kind of stuff and what kind of things can you cut out to make this fit into your life. I also like to talk about the price per day and the price per week. I find the price per week really works with people because it's about $33 and they can do that. That's easy to do in their budget. So I do that. I also like to remind people that they're replacing a meal and their vitamins and other supplements. And if they're still having a hard time with the cost, but they want to participate, what I like to do, and I learned this from one of my challengers, or actually one of my coaches, is I like to offer them a way to save. So we will send them a new me envelope to put on their fridge so they can save money. Or we will send a jar so then they can put in a certain amount of money. When they have all the money saved up, they can go ahead and purchase their challenge pack. So it's a great way because then they have something like on their fridge right there that they know they're doing. And if it's really the difference of like $30, sometimes I'll offer people the coaching discount right away. I don't do that very often because I want my coaches to be committed. I'm really sorry she's wanting to stand. Okay, so another objection is that people are too busy and they don't have enough time. Well, my thing for that is how it depends on the program. I mean, P90X, you're going to be spending an hour and a half on yoga, but T25, it's 25 minutes a day. Everybody has time for that. And I also like to talk to people about what they can cut out. For me, I cut out NCIS. I know, it was like my favorite show. I love Mark Harmon, but I cut out watching an hour of TV a day so that I could do my Beachbody work and I could do everything else. So I like to ask my clients, what are you willing to give up in order to feel good? Here, you can put this in. So another one that I tend to hear a lot is, oh, Beachbody's a scam. They doctor those pictures. And what I like to do is I like to combat that with my own transformation video because I'm living proof that the product works. So there's no way they can tell me it doesn't because I know it does because I'm proof. And people that see me and knew me before and know me now know that it's not a scam. There's also a really great way is to show them your challenger transformations, or maybe have a challenger talk to them, because sometimes they're more willing when it's not a coach who's having the progress, when it's a challenger who has nothing monetarily to gain from them signing up. Also, another objection that we get a lot, which is very strange and quite frankly I don't understand it, is that I purchased from Beachbody, but my coach never contacted me. And I'm like, okay. So what happened is they purchased something from beachbody.com and were assigned a coach, and that coach never contacted them. Whether it's they forgot, or they didn't have time, or they didn't check in, or maybe they're not really actively coaching anymore. But in order to get leads, you kind of have to be. Or you could just be a normal coach. But so I like to remind people that that's not me. I check in with you. I put you in groups. I put you on email lists. There's all kinds of ways that I am going to help. And if people say, well, you know, I'm not ready to monetarily commit yet, but I'd like you to prove to me that you'll be there for me. And I say, great, let me throw you in my support group. So I throw them in my support group, and I'll check in with them a couple times a week. I'll send them a message or like something on their Facebook. And that way they see that I genuinely care, and it's really not about the money for me. It's about helping them. So another objection, I asked this on my team page, and I said, what's an objection you get? And we have a coach who is my mom's age. She's 60. And she said, I get the objection about age all the time. And I'm like, oh man, age is just a number. You know, there are lots of Beachbody programs that are great for anyone at any age. So I like to combat that with, well, just because you're 60, does that mean you don't deserve to feel good? Yeah, you deserve to feel good, and you deserve to be happy. There's lots of results and Beachbody Challenge winners from people that are 65 or over. In Shalene Extreme, I forget her name now, but the one person in it is 65, and she's doing all the weights and doing full push-ups. And to me, there's just no excuse. And I like to go with a 21-day fix because it's so easily modified, and Kat is amazing with that. It makes it very, very, very low impact. And so you want to set them up with a program that's easily modified, and maybe show them a video of it, or take like a 10-second clip on your phone and send it to them. And I also like to hook my clients up with other people who are their age to help them realize that, oh yeah, there are people out there that do this. In my own personal business, and this is just me, it's not even my business, it's me. I started Beachbody coaching and getting into Beachbody when this little one was 2 months old. And I'll never forget the day I gave my coach an objection, and she saw me pinning on Pinterest, said, I see you pinning, you're getting, you want to get healthy. And I said, oh yeah, I love it. I'm really looking forward to it. She said, oh, why don't you join my challenge group? And I was like, oh, what do you have to do? And she's like, oh, you work out and you do this. And I said, oh, I can't work out. I can't wear a sports bra. She's like, what are you talking about? I was like, well, I'm nursing my daughter, and I only have sports bras with underwires, and you can't wear underwires when you're nursing. Seriously? She was so kind, and she's like, oh, really? Why is that? Where did you hear that? All she did was lead me with questions, and eventually I came around to, Kelly, that's just an excuse for you to not want to do it. I gave her the excuse, the objection of, I don't have any time. I have a 2-month-old and a 3-year-old. I can't do this. And she said, oh, I know how you feel. I have a 2-year-old myself. It's really hard, but, my kid does it with me. And I said, oh, we only have one salary. And that's when she said, hey, well, there's an opportunity to make some money here. You can at least get your product paid for. And you know what? I've had my product paid for every month. So my coach always brought it back to me and my why, and why I wanted to do it, which was mainly for this little girl here, because I want her to have a good body image and know that and feel good, So those are the ways that I handle objections, and my team handles objections. If you guys have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out. I'm sorry this video is so scattered. I really just cannot get her off of me today. She's just a love bug and just wants to hang out. So hopefully you guys are moms and you understand that. So Piper, can you say goodbye to everybody?
Bye.
Say bye, and thank you guys for your time. I really appreciate it. Bye.